Hey, what's going on? Welcome to RJ's Cave, quite possibly the most financially challenged guitar-oriented channel in all of YouTube. I'm RJ. You are awesome. Thank you for joining me as we react to Episode 3, the final episode of Season 7 of CARTREK. When we last left our intrepid trio of stooges, they were 2/3 of the way done with their trip to Amelia Island, home to the fanciest and most prestigious car show on the planet, I think. Definitely in the United States, possibly the planet. So this should get interesting. Let's go check this out. All right, let's go. All right, so I was trying to have fun. That sounds good.
I would assume that whatever causes that radio interference is also giving me cancer.
Could be.
But, as all TVR owners say, YOLO!
You may only get to live once, but in a TVR, you get to experience dying slowly every single mile. Between the smells and the fumes and the high chance of catching on fire, I was getting the full TVR experience. But Mark at the ticket clinic at least seemed somewhat confident that I might not get pulled over, so on we went. Now, Auto Tempest had us en route toward Jacksonville for what we could only assume was the Amelia Island Concours d'Elegance. However, these 25-year-old imports weren't remotely Concours quality, so we weren't really sure what was ahead, but I knew that my TVR, with its provenance and rarity and notoriety and maybe some patina, was always the most likely to succeed.
So it's a morning, we're going into Amelia Island, and what do you think everybody around you going to work is thinking seeing these three cars?
Probably that there's some sort of circus in town that they didn't know about.
They see the hentai hoopty and wonder if they cleared their browsing history from last night. Because that looks like something I watched.
You know, people come to the Amelia Island Concours to see cars they never expected to see in person. And they've spent the last 30 years seeing your cars. They're going to get to see a TVR for the first time today. How cool is that?
Yeah, the worst TVR in the world. They get to see that monstrosity. What a wonderful opportunity you're presenting for them, Ed.
Brand ambassador. Brand ambassador.
It's a good thing he's not a politician. He can spin anything.
Last year, taking our dream cars to Amelia felt very appropriate. This is different than that.
There's always something about making a statement. Ed,
I know where this is going.
congratulations.
Yeah, but the year before that, we took our cheap supercars to Amelia, and that felt right because it was the first time we'd ever done this.
Well, are those some of the finest cars you've ever seen to grace the grounds of Amelia Island?
Somewhat. Somewhat. Good. We'll throw them out of here soon.
Appreciate your time.
I felt like those cars fit in fine. Only we knew how terrible they were on the inside.
There's nothing hiding it.
Other than the coolant stains you left on their beautiful lawn?
Touche.
I don't suspect there will ever be an RX-7 class at the Amelia Island Concours, and, well, there's not enough TVR surviving probably in 10, 15 years for them to be a classic, but there's already E30s on the lawn.
Actually, I think the RX-7 would be considered because last time they had a right-hand drive Supra at the concourse, so I think they would.
That sounds like a time I hope not to live for.
Glass houses, dude, glass houses.
It's not a glass house, Freddie. It's a rusty house with a fiberglass outer shell.
I will say that I asked an alignment shop to make it roll a little bit straighter, and they said it was no longer adjustable due to the corrosion.
Well, that's promising.
I bet you cannot wait to dump that thing in for the first time. You are hoping to get what you paid for it, and not a massive profit.
I still think I have some upside. I mean, it's a very, very famous car, and it can be made to run better, I expect. It hasn't broken in half even a little bit.
Ed, I think those fumes are getting to your head.
For the next several miles, Tyler and I tried our best to avoid a contact hive from the TVR. However, as we approached Auto Tempest's next destination, it became clear, even to Ed, that we weren't headed to Amelia Island.
This address is closer to Jacksonville Beach than Amelia. I wonder where we're going.
I don't think we're going to the Concours. I think we're probably headed to, what looks like a body shop.
I think this is about to go poorly for me.
I told you it was a shop. Breitling Auto Works.
But they got a lift, so that's usually when bad news happens, right?
Oh, for you guys, this will be a great experience.
Hey, get me out of here!
What?
Wait, wizard? Did I leave a wizard in there?
It smells like a forest fire in this thing.
Were you in there the whole time?
I'll tell you what, Auto Tempest really missed the mark this time.
Oh, so they're not very good at their poofing, but they are.
Wait. Do you notice this? In the trunk. Let me move this up a little.
What?
Wait, wizard? Did I leave a wizard?
There you go. Hoovy kept his head from the cutout, the cardboard cutout that they were shooting in season 2.
In there?
It smells like a forest fire in this thing.
Were you in there the whole time?
I'll tell you what, Auto Tempest really missed the mark this time.
Oh, so they're not very good.
Gotta give Freddie some credit there. That was some good acting. Were you in there the whole time?
At their poofing, but they are still the best way to search for a used car online because they combine all the major listing sites into one search. You can specialize, makes it really fun. Search for cars on Auto Tempest, do it every day. It's great.
And you checking out Auto Tempest is what allows us to do more fun stuff like this.
So definitely go check it out in the link in the description below. But we have to now find out things about all our cars. You definitely...
I'm sorry.
You're sorry.
I know you don't like BMWs. I bought a BMW, and this is also a heavily, heavily, heavily modified car, which I know you like even worse.
So we're doing yours last, right?
Hey, let's just go first and get it over with, huh?
Yeah, rip the Band-Aid off. That's
Yeah.
it.
Might as well.
Good luck. Yeah, you're gonna need it.
Well, this turd's in the way. That's the lift. Ed,
Yeah.
hook your crap up and move it.
Okay.
Sounds good, Ed. He's not impressed.
I'm kind of I almost don't want to see what's under the hood. It's scary.
It's a BMW from period. It's just a
Oh my
V8.
goodness. Look at the diagnostic connector. It's just dangling here.
Yeah, from the V8 car. There's more danglage in the glove box, which you can please not see.
Oh my, who did this?
Please
it
not
was done
say.
in Lebanon.
Lebanon.
Yes, and then imported here.
It doesn't seem like it was done very well.
Oh, I mean, there's some cool stuff like the brakes. See, they're relocated up here for room. There's a rod that controls it. It works.
It works. I guess it works. Does this thing actually drive good?
It actually drives really well. The more I beat on this thing, the more it likes it. It drifts, it tracks, it does everything. And other than a few issues that popped up, it's really been fine.
I really don't want to look at this thing because of that emblem right there.
I know. I found another mechanic for BMWs, but please, just one time, just look at it. And we go back a long ways, Wizard, so just be kind. Come
I'll
on.
do that for you. I'll try.
Thank you.
Up we go.
I hope that bird makes it all the way to Amelia Island.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
So that's a stock-looking E30 diff.
It's actually just a very small leak there. It looks like a drain plug is leaking.
Simple fix.
Yeah. That's some pretty cruddy looking exhaust work there.
Oh, it's functional.
Looks like a little impact here.
Oh yeah, that may have been a person that they ran over or something. I don't know. A cow.
A cow? Maybe.
That is a big dent in the floorboard.
It's very big.
Yeah. That was from Lebanon, so it could have been a landmine.
I imagine the roads in Lebanon are a little rough, huh?
So this is Lebanese welding here.
I mean, come on, Wizard. You're a wonderful mechanic, but your welds are at least as ugly as this.
Hey, my welds have never broke.
Well, these seem to be doing the job too.
This flex disc is literally about to grenade itself.
I have no idea what would have caused that.
You have no idea?
No idea.
Now we get up into the fun stuff.
Oh my goodness, it looks like someone dremelled a hole through the bell housing.
That's one way to fix it. I mean, we can't judge these people though, because we did that with a Lamborghini once.
So you sure you want to do this?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Your car's handing you a token of its appreciation.
Yes.
That was your idea, by the way.
I suppose.
Yeah. Let's check these wheels here. Oh my goodness.
That whole thing's moving.
It's like the nut on top of the strut is loose or something. We'll definitely have to tighten that before it goes back down.
So would that be my shake going about 80 miles an hour?
Yeah, that would be it.
It goes away at about 85 and then smooth all the way to 130.
130?
Yeah.
You're living dangerously.
Anyway.
So let's check out this old warhorse here.
Oh, whoa.
Look at those motor mounts.
I'm guessing that's why when I hit the Crown Vic it pulled, yeah, because that's
Oh my.
not supposed to do that.
No, it's not. So what do we got up here? Oh God, what is that?
Yeah, that's Petey. That's my bird.
Petey?
Yeah.
Petey doesn't have a head.
No, well, his head's kind of rotated all the way around, but yeah, I picked him up. So don't touch it. That's how the next pandemic starts. So
It looks like the bird's leg is stuck in the headlight.
yeah, that's
I gotta get the other angle.
Petey?
yeah.
Petey doesn't have a head.
No, well, his head's kind of rotated all the way around, but yeah, I picked him up. So don't touch.
That looks like his leg, right? And looks like it's stuck there. Or maybe we just got a bad angle.
Touch it. That's how the next pandemic starts. So are you ready for the hentai hoopty?
You mean the profanity on four wheels?
Yes, yes. You know,
Maybe I can...
blinders. Yes, exactly.
Something. I'll figure something out.
What do you think?
I think it's kind of pornographic. Should I even be looking?
It's not. But this is a 1993 Mazda RX-7. This is the one you want. This is the FD, and it has a bunch of really cool, really desirable mods, and it's actually pretty fast.
So if I open the hood, is there any tentacles in there or anything?
Listen, it's art, okay?
Art.
And you'll see, ta-da! It's a rotary. And it has two turbos. It has a V-mounted intercooler and radiator setup. And this makes a decent amount of power, I think.
It looks very expensive to work on.
But, I mean, it's cheap for me to work on.
Cheap for you to work on.
Yeah, probably more expensive for you, yeah.
The main problem with all this stuff is it works really well, but when something breaks, it's like, what did the last guy do? Did he do it right? Did he do a good job?
Well, sometimes it doesn't work all that well. And this one, honestly, when I run it, I think it's not running on all the rotor faces, so we're probably running on 1.5 rotors, but when you get into it, then everything sort of comes alive and turns on. It doesn't idle well, it definitely doesn't start well. We're working on the honor system, so I'm a mechanic to mechanic. I'm just there's a few things off on this.
It sounds like it needs apex seals, and it sounds like the engine needs to come out for a rebuild to me.
Listen, it might just need a little bit of oil in the intake manifold just to loosen things up. The apex seals are fine. It's not smoking. It's not burning coolant. It's okay. It's okay.
Are you sure?
No, but it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. I've driven this for literally 3 days, so it's fine.
Okay, well, I'm actually anxious to see what it looks like underneath.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything underneath this car, so let's get it up in the air.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, you gotta just slam it. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, you ready?
Oh yeah, I was born ready.
Let's let the car do the talking.
All right, yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
A little rusty crusty, but nothing serious.
Well, it's just on the exhaust. These cars usually have a bunch of rust on the body because in Japan they have salt on the roads and the corrosion is quite severe, but this doesn't seem to be bad at all.
That's some insane undercoating going on that thing.
I usually like to check over my cars, but I just didn't get the chance, or I was just lazy. And it looks way better than I thought.
Yeah, I'm not seeing too much so far. I always love it when a starter is that easy to replace. Look at that.
It's literally 2 bolts. Actually, I might need to replace that starter. Might be a little bit weak.
Honestly, I was expecting it to be just drenched with oil or something really bad under here, and I'm pleasantly surprised.
Have I ever brought you a bad car?
Yes.
Don't be so surprised.
I'm very surprised.
I know how to get a good car. I mean, you know, it's not totally out of character for me, right?
So really, I think the core of your problems is literally that, the core of the engine. I think that's your main problems here. Everything else looks pretty good, actually.
So you think I need a new engine?
I think it needs to be rebuilt, yes.
It runs fine. So as soon as you get into any sort of RPM, it's okay. It doesn't start well at all. It doesn't idle well. If you turn on the AC, it dies. But I think that could be a tuning issue or something. You know, like you can put some Marvel Mystery Oil and...
Marvel Mystery Oil.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of cars on the road that run okay on the highway, but they need an engine rebuild.
This is not one of them. This is great.
Okay. Well,
the oil pan's not leaking, dude. I mean, come on. It's fine.
Yeah, something's going on with the not wanting to start and the idling issues there.
I'm actually surprised that there's no leaks or anything.
See, I told you.
Yeah, I am a little bit surprised, but I think you're going to be surprised at the next car you see.
Really surprised? Do you think
not happily, no.
Not happily?
No.
This one was happily. You think the next one won't be?
It's going to be really bad. I don't want to be anywhere near it. You're going to have to deal with all that. So
I'm excited to see just how bad.
Okay, good luck.
All right.
All right, here we go. Bet you never seen one of these, Wizard.
I'm sorry, but I like the nose of this car. Everything else, just like, wow. And I tend to now agree with something that somebody was saying earlier in the show. I think episode 2, maybe, the rear end of the car was kind of ugly.
No, but you really have a pretty good track record with these inspections.
Well, this will probably change that a bit. I'll be honest, there's a few things wrong with it, but I'll show you how you open the hood. Normally there's kind of a cowling here, but we've removed that for convenience. Oh, and also the prop broke, so I keep that back here.
Okay.
Really easy, safe, secure. You just put that there, and it holds it.
And you're calling that safe?
Absolutely. Look, I mean, it's not even that heavy. It's made of fiberglass.
I guess it'll work.
That's it. So this is their flat plane crank proprietary 4.2 liter V8. Previously they had used Rover motors, but it's supposed to make 360 horsepower.
Does it make that now?
No, it does not. Honestly, the car struggles to do about 90 miles an hour. That's half of its original top speed. So based on other cars I've driven of similar weight, I would expect it's probably making 100 to the wheels.
100?
You know, give or take. That's probably a third.
This sounds very expensive, and we haven't even gotten very far yet.
Well, it might not be that expensive because I don't think you can get any of the parts. So it might just be free.
Maybe we just leave it alone.
There you go. So let's look at it underneath. Honestly, I haven't seen it there. And it makes some really strange noises over bumps and things. So I'm sure it's all strongly attached.
Okay, well, let's get it up in the air and find out.
Sounds great.
Ed speaks with an honesty that is very salesman-oriented. But it's still honesty. You just got to think about it.
We won't be hanging on it or doing anything crazy.
Now, Wizard, this is a very famous car, and it's arguably the most famous TVR on Earth. It would be either that or the Tuscan from Swordfish. There's been a lot done to it.
Looks like a lot done to it. It's leaking right here, the differential.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I wouldn't do that.
Wow, TVRs definitely have a different flavor about
Exotic.
them.
Yeah.
Exotic.
Exotic.
There's a lot of corrosion here, Wizard.
It is very corroded. I don't think they put any kind of undercoating on anything on this. Well, I don't see a whole lot other than the rust and the leak.
It has a pretty horrific rattle from the back left. Of course, that's when it's backfiring or misfiring or stuttering in some way.
Like,
that sounds
like
familiar.
That?
Yeah.
Sounds like some exhaust issues going on there.
I wonder if this is a factory thing to hold the exhaust.
I'm speculating if that is stock or not. It looks like Home Depot bolts.
For sure. Yeah, or whatever Home Depot is in England. This mess.
Oh my.
Insulation.
Yeah, that's just like heat shield.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
There's a lot of heat coming out of your engine bay, Ed.
Yeah, it's getting a little hot. Maybe I'll give it a breather. It's just sweat of the horsepower.
It's sweating horsepower.
Does it shift okay? Everything seems to work as far as the transmission goes?
No, it grinds really badly into first gear. That could be because the clutch is quite worn. It could be synchros. Sometimes if you go second to first, it's a little bit better, but not all the time.
Right.
It's great. Really.
It's great. I don't know about that. Looks like we got some leaks coming from the engine area.
Just the normal amount.
These brakes look like they were assembled by a 12-year-old or something. They just put some blocks together and
then they had to go to bed before they were finished.
your steering rack is leaking. Actually quite profusely.
That is, yeah.
Let's see what that tastes like.
I wouldn't.
kind of a spearmint flavor. Very nice.
All right. Well, that's far better than I thought it would be.
As far as the amount of items,
Yeah, exactly. And they're not big items. I mean, engines and transmissions and things. So
Not big
I
at
think
all.
we're going to be in good shape. I cannot wait to hear your estimate, and we'll see how they did.
well, I'll meet you guys outside. I'll run some numbers and give you guys the good or bad news.
It's all good news. Thank you.
All right?
My car is the sex spec, but Freddie's is the abstinence spec.
Yeah, that's true. Virgin spec.
All right, guys, I've run the numbers and I have the answers that you seek.
Yes.
Being that we're not fully restoring these vehicles, you guys are just having fun with them. Obviously, my job was pretty easy this time.
Yes.
Okay.
To find out who lost this little competition, we'll start with you.
Oh,
Who else could it
it's
be, right?
wonderful. Look how cool it looks.
It is a really cool car. I like this TVR.
Oh, no, you don't.
As far as looks go, you did really well. However, I don't think that there's a mechanic in this country that will touch this car for less than 20 grand.
In the world.
$20,000.
And possibly in the world, just like Freddie just said.
It's like peeling back an onion of issues. You just keep digging and digging and digging. There's no end, right?
And you just keep crying, yeah?
Just keep it as it is. It'll get us where we need to go.
No, it
Okay,
won't.
the middleman in this situation we have here is Freddie.
What?
Yeah, your engine's all messed up.
My engine's fine.
It could be rebuilt for around 6 grand.
6,000. That's half of what it's worth.
There's two little Doritos. Two little Doritos cost $6,000?
Yes, they do.
The one's messed up, obviously.
A little bit.
However, with that being fixed, the 6 grand being spent, I actually think it's a very good car.
It is, yes.
A good. Have you looked at it?
Visually, no.
Right.
Mechanically, there's really not much wrong with the
She
car.
can hear you.
So a $6,000 engine and a $30,000 spend on cosmetics,
Right.
you know, interior, everything else.
It's fine. You just take off the stickers, it's fine.
Okay, so I'm just as surprised as you guys that mine's the least expensive to fix.
I'm not, because this is obviously shenanigans.
So if I was restoring any of these cars, especially this one, the price would be much higher.
Yeah.
And really, I should be adding a fee to remove the dead bird.
Yes. Dead
Oh.
bird storage.
Kept it on.
$1,000 would get him where he needs to be. It would make this car do what he wants it to do.
That seems impossible.
It seems impossible, but looking at it, I mean, it's all little simple things that are pretty easy to fix. I'm really surprised.
The
Like I
engine
said.
jumping out of the car, that's simple.
It's just a mount.
A text
It's
message.
really easy.
From Auto Tempest. Thank you, Wizard.
No problem.
Always a pleasure.
All right.
All right. It says, now that we've learned how destroyed your cars are, or at least
Or not.
mine, I suppose, it's time to find out what they are worth. But that will not happen at the Amelia Island Concorde Elegance. Your cars would not fit in there. Fortunately, this year, there's a pop-up event as a celebration of 80s and 90s cars like yours.
Oh.
Radwood has come to the Amelia.
I've been to a few. They are a lot of fun. Total throwback, 80s and 90s culture. These cars will fit right in. If anybody's going to appreciate your car, it's going to be there, but probably one person, maybe
Still unlikely.
two.
Sounds great. Let's head that way.
I'll see you guys at the show, and don't break your cars in half.
Oh, we've made it this far.
Thank you, Wizard.
My car's
Pretty bird, pretty bird.
Petey.
Oh, careful.
Gotta pour one out for Petey.
The paint. The paint.
Well, this is Radwood. Oh, goodness, ouch.
Easy there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey.
Oh, that's awkward.
Hey.
Oh, no. That's not how I wanted it praised.
Yeah, and we're doing a silent auction
Silent
selling our
auction.
cars.
Well, if they don't hear it not running, then that may help me.
You're not going to be honest and tell people?
They've already written the description and they misspelled it. Cerbera.
I don't want to sell my car. I like it.
You don't have to worry. Nobody's going to bid on that. No one wants that car.
No one wants. This is an icon. Okay?
This is a festival of 80s and 90s cars.
Nobody knows
I'm
what your
sure
car
there's not
is.
another TV. That's exactly right. It's one of a kind. Everybody's going to want
It's
it.
a one-of-one.
Well, I guess I should start pimping my wares, huh? I'll go solicit some bids here.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Slap the roof.
Sir? Sir, you want a clean one-owner Lebanese special here?
He parked next to a car that was exactly like his. That's like wearing the same dress to the club.
It's very awkward. Very awkward. Well, all right. Let's look around.
Okay.
I see you're eyeing this fine automobile here.
Yeah, I did. A friend of mine races one, something like this.
Well, this one's never been raced. It is a baby car, but it does have a surprise under the hood.
Oh, this got a V8.
Yeah.
That goes good.
Yeah. Just don't
Fills
look
it up, doesn't
too
it?
closely.
Excuse me. Would you be interested in potentially purchasing a car today?
No, I'm good. I appreciate that.
Okay. Welcome to Radwood. Now, if you had the choice between, let's just say, an RX-7 wrapped in offensive anime graphics, an absolutely bastardized BMW, or a one-of-a-kind TVR Cerbero, what would you take home today?
The TVR's got the best looking exhaust.
That's it.
Probably the BMW.
This guy, wrong. This one, very, very correct.
This is my car,
Okay.
and you are going to bid on it now.
Why should I bid on this car?
That is Rich Rebuilds. Well, that's Rich from Rich Rebuilds. He does a lot of car-related stuff, obviously, but a lot of it's with electrics. So if you're into that, check him out.
Because
This car looks terrible. No offense, it looks terrible.
No offense, it looks terrible. Thank you very much.
I had a BMW before it was cool to have a BMW.
Very nice. Well, here's your chance to recapture those days, huh?
I'm not gonna do it.
How much do you think the TVR is worth?
$5 grand. 16 grand.
That's incorrect. In fact, I've got about $40,000 in the car. How does that make you feel?
Pretty sorry for you. I will offer you 7. The wheels.
$7,000?
The wheels don't match. If you could get this car to start on the first try, I'll up it to 12,000.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna.
Go ahead. Do it right now.
It's hideous.
In the best way
But it's
possible.
hideous. It's a rare hideous.
Alex,
Hello.
Legit Street Cars.
How are ya?
You've bought a sloppy second from CARTREK before,
Yes, I
Alex.
have.
My CL65. You want another one?
It's a phenomenal vehicle, but right now I have my eyes on that.
Come on.
First start, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. And
It hasn't started on the first start all season. Hey! First time!
That's impressive. Okay, well, you know what? It's up to 12 now.
All you have to do is leave a bid, which is very low right now, so please.
Whoa, this is too cheap.
Exactly, please.
Gosh, I'm going for the big one.
There we go.
5000.
That's still a huge loss, but we're getting somewhere.
Are you into anime?
Not really.
That's it. No one is. That is it. But there's an RX-7 over there wrapped in anime graphics that nobody's going to buy. Oh, this is probably going to go badly.
I think it's going to go well.
No, I heard a lot of people talking about the Max Power era TVR, and I had to tell them, no, it's this exact TVR. One guy said, and Tyler, you'll like this, that the first nudity he ever saw was in a picture of this car and a female.
Actually, I heard a person telling another person that this was actually the movie car from Fast and Furious.
Well, that works too. I mean, they didn't say that about your car, obviously. It would have been too offensive for their audience.
No, because they know it's an icon. All
Well, I
right.
described mine honestly.
Oh, I doubt that.
That's not
I
true.
did.
And how much did they pay?
$20 for the bird.
Bird's still there.
$969 is the top bid.
Pretty bird.
That's a $9,000 loss, but I wrapped it, I put tires on it, so anyway.
You're not going to let it go for that, right?
I don't know, it's JP, he may be the winner.
Wow, reserve met there.
Okay. So you have a massive loss there.
Yeah.
I paid $15,000 for this incredible Japanese icon.
Terrible
and
mistake.
I got a bid of $16,500.
Is it Teddy Fernandez?
Did they think they were buying the NFT of the car?
Maybe, but it's PP Auto Import. I don't know if that's a real
Probably
thing.
a pervert, honestly.
Absolutely.
I need to
Well,
probably-
some sort of deviant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
But
so-
you made money.
Yeah.
That's absolutely
This is
not
weird.
okay.
This is weird. I feel like winning feels
Yes,
natural to
a
me
lot
now.
of activity here on it. Oh, I'm not taking that offer. The foot massage
No,
included in it. $48,000. Three
That's
pages
not
of it.
real.
Look at the enthusiasm.
From who? Let's see.
$8,000.
Sam H.
Three
That's
pages
not
of it.
real.
Look at the enthusiasm for the TVR. It's the only one in the country. Now, I did not start it, I'll be honest with you. That's the nature of our auction here, but somebody owns it now, not me. 48 grand, 20% profit.
Tyler, do you believe any of this? Do you believe anybody would pay $48,000 for this?
It's
hunk
on
of
the
crap?
internet. It's absolutely true. That means we can head out. And this has been a wonderful adventure, gentlemen.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't
Wonderful.
lose any money, but I felt like I lost a lot of my sanity.
I've lost way, way more than that.
As the sun set on the day and our adventure, it was clear that all of us had fallen in love with our arguably terrible examples of imported sports cars. Not only did they all make it through the entire trip, but they cemented in our heads the idea that cars don't have to be expensive or exotic.
He still got the bird.
Special. Although I think Ed maybe didn't get that memo. Regardless, it was time to see who won overall. So we headed to the nearest beach and reflected on what was, at least to me, an amazing week.
Sucks getting out of this thing.
Yeah.
You stop.
Stayed the whole time.
Stop. That's very rare.
There's families on this beach, Freddie.
How about that? Not a lot of cars out here like ours.
We are here at the end of another trek.
That's right.
And I learned that don't import cars from overseas if you plan to make money, right?
Well,
I mean,
you know,
it can happen.
If you scam somehow,
yeah,
I don't know.
I still feel like that was shenanigans. Yeah.
It's going to be the treasure of someone's collection, parked very much in the back where it probably never moves as they intended.
Yeah, one man's trash, right?
But that means me and Freddie are kind of in the hunt here because I won the mechanical inspection, only $1,000 wrong. You.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, he said my engine needed a rebuild. Obviously,
it takes 90 seconds for it to start every single time.
It doesn't matter. Just give it a second. She's a little shy.
She doesn't look shy, not dressed like that.
Oh, drivers, grind your starters.
You want me to push you?
No, we're good.
Mine was the least broken mechanically. Yeah. Mine was definitely the fastest. And, you know, it's a fantastic...
I almost had you, man.
It is the most fun car to drive. You got to admit by far.
No.
You won... What did you win?
So I won the least illegal challenge.
Oh, yes.
Okay. I won the movie challenge.
Yes.
I live my life a quarter mile at a time. For those 10 seconds or less, I'm free. Woo! And...
So then there was the oval at the Freedom Factory, which I was definitely the fastest at, but then I hit a Crown Vic.
Robin's racing. Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh. This is one hell of a track. And technically,
you were at the longest.
I was on the track the longest, which means I win, and that's the best kind of winning technically.
That's not the best.
It is. Absolutely. Yeah, you went on points. That's the best way.
That offensively bad car gave you your first.
Whoa.
Uh-huh.
I can't say.
You can say it.
Freddie.
Come on. You can say it. Sound it out.
Freddie wins.
Okay, what camera? Freddie wins. Freddie wins. Woo!
You could have rolled the dice, picked a number, and had a better chance of winning 7 treks.
Yes, that is true. Statistically, I should have won like at least once by now. Listen, this is the Leonardo DiCaprio Academy Award moment, okay? Doesn't matter it's because I got mauled by a bear. It just matters that I won. I'm gracious in accepting this win, okay? You guys lost horribly, embarrassingly. But my car, my lovely RX-7, I actually learned a lot about it. The rotary engine turns out not that good. I knew that already, but now I have about 400 something miles of experience, and I don't really want a rotary in that car anymore. But I do love that car in terms of the comfort. I love the look of it. Not right now, but I honestly think it's a great platform. I think it's a great Halo car, and I know you guys learned a lot about your cars.
I suppose. I told you, it's an incredible hooning fun machine. I've never owned anything like that before that's just built to do stupid things, and I really, really like it.
Yeah.
And did you learn anything other than you can make money on absolutely anything?
You know, there was that TVR fantasy that I grew up having, and I got to live it out. And when you hear British people talk about TVRs, they talk about them as unsafe, unreliable death traps. And that's clearly true. So they didn't really find their place there. And 25 years later, I don't think we're quite there yet. But every car has a time and a place. But it took Noah over 100 years to build the Ark, and it didn't rain the whole time. So there will come a day where that is the perfect means of transport for someone. But it wasn't this week.
That definitely got the most attention as well.
That is true, absolutely.
So right about now is when, you know, we get like some kind of message that says...
You win a prize?
Yeah, no, there's none of that this time. They canceled it.
It's just when Ed wins, apparently.
Yeah, that's just...
Can you check your phone?
Yeah, get your phone
Can you check? Because I kind of hear a buzzing.
I don't have any... Oh, there is one.
Oh, would you look at that?
How about that?
Would you look at that?
From Auto Tempest.
I heard the text. He didn't.
We never thought we'd get to say this, but congratulations, Freddie. we do have an extra treat in store for you. There are cars like yours that were available in the United States when they were new, but now people are importing them rapidly.
Yes.
Head to this address and you'll see what we've got in store.
So I get to drive another import. What do you think it is?
Auto Tempest never gave me anything when I won the first 3 treks in a row.
You got to keep your cars!
That was it.
You got to keep your cars!
We sold
Oh, never gave me anything. Look at me, I'm Tyler Hoover.
I guess we'll see. Thank you all for watching. Have a great night.
Freddie wins. Remember that, okay? It was the right decision. Bye-bye. Woo!
All right. What's Freddie win? All right.
So welcome everyone to what was inevitable. I finally won a CARTREK. And in the past, Ed did stuff with fast cars and Tyler got to keep his cars. But today, because of my friend John Tamarian at Curated, I have the opportunity to drive one of the most iconic import cars ever.
Nice.
It happens to be one of the cars that I lusted after since I was a kid. This is going to be fun.
Sweet.
This is the 1993 Jaguar XJ220. One of the most iconic cars ever made. And one of the things that I love about this car is that despite its looks, it was a pretty big disappointment when it came out. 220 was supposed to be the top speed of this car. It never really got there. It was supposed to be a V12 with all-wheel drive. It never really got there. It had rear-wheel drive and a V6. But what they did is they gave it a Jaguar V6 racing engine with twin turbos. And that gives it 542 horsepower. Now, one reason why I really, really love this car is because of the way it looks. Its concept was designed in 1988. And if you look at its lines, its proportions, its width, its length, this thing looks like a concept car from today. It's one of the most...
It does. It does.
Because of the way it looks. Its concept was designed in 1988. And if you look at its lines, its proportions, its width, its length, this thing looks like a concept car from today. It's one of the most, if not the most attractive supercar styles in the world ever made in history. And I'm driving it right now on an awesome road next to the water in Miami. And I am really, really enjoying this.
It's a gorgeous car. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.
Now, I couldn't enjoy this without all of you. And I need to take some time to thank every single one of you that has watched our CARTREK series, that has subscribed, that has liked, that has shared. Because without you, none of this could be possible. This thing really is nuts. Uh-oh. 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 Let me see. Like it wants to go. Okay. So just to let everybody at home know, this actually did happen. Now, it's not the fault of anybody at Curated. This is just what happens with old cars. They get worked on. Some parts inevitably fail, but that's okay because honestly, it's a really good place to be. And I want to thank all of you for watching this entire series and all the CARTREK, because without that, this wouldn't be possible. So thanks for watching.
You hear all the horns behind him?
All right, we're going to call a tow truck or what? So you may already know that Autotempest.com searches all the major car listing sites, including Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist nationwide. But you might not know that they have another site called Search Tempest for everything else.
So whether you're looking for parts, collectibles, electronics, jewelry, whatever it is, you can find it at SearchTempest.com.
If you're searching for a car, don't forget Autotempest.com. All the cars, one search, linked below, down there.
Are you okay,
Click on
Tyler?
it.
All right, this was cool. Let me set this up here. All right. Well, this was definitely entertaining. I enjoyed it. And congratulations, Freddie, on your first win. Seriously, I mean, 7 seasons? Wow. It took you a while. But, well, I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed the whole thing. I don't know about you, so how about you let me know in the comments. Did you enjoy this episode? Did you enjoy the idea of me posting CARTREK to the channel? I mean, I want to know if you think maybe I should be doing more of these. They already have another season in the can. I'm just not sure when it's coming out. I'm going to guess July 4th weekend or Labor Day weekend, but who knows. Although, if you're interested in me doing more of these, let me know in the comments, all right? Don't forget, if you're new, thanks for joining us, and if you enjoyed the show, then how about smashing the like button? All right, and while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell, because when you do that, then you'll know whenever we post new videos, and we'll get to see you more often. Also, if you really like the show and you feel so inclined, don't forget that there's the super thanks button down below. You can tip us if you like, and we do appreciate it, and only, of course, use that to help grow the channel. Now, thank you very much for joining me for this. I appreciate you all as always. Thank you very much for coming. You've been awesome. I've been RJ. Until the next one, take care.